What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with the one and only
Johnny boy, John Lippy.
And this is the question of the week. You know what it is. You know what we do. We give you a topic and you're going to have to make a decision. This one's a little bit different than normal. I think this was a fan question. Maybe not, though. Maybe this is a John question. Somebody popped this out. Well, there's so many questions still left to do, but this one seemed really worth doing. It's simple, but it's not as easy as you think. John, were there any bad songs on the first three albums?
Bad.
And when I say the first three albums, not Faces of Death. And when I say songs, I don't mean Mo Cheese from Creeping on a Come Up.
Oh.
So we're talking Creeping on a Come Up minus Mo Cheese, E99 Eternal, Art of War. Were there any bad songs? Were there any songs that have always just been, not bad, just because we're talking Grand Slam after Grand Slam. So were there any skippable songs?
I still don't know why Mo Cheese was on Creeping on a Come Up, other than DJ Yellow wanted to get his guitar playing on. That's a good Beyond the Harmony question. We might want to find out someday if we could get someone from the Creeping era to explain what's the deal with Mo Cheese.
What the fuck was Mo Cheese?
But you disqualified Mo Cheese. I can't choose Mo Cheese. None of the bones are really on Mo Cheese, so it's not really. It's a track, but it doesn't count. Obviously, nothing on Eternal. But I'll say this, and maybe you could answer this one for me because I might go with this one, but it's not my final pick. But I never understood why Mr. Ouija Part 2 was on Eternal. Did it make sense to you? It felt like a repeat of Part 1. Did you ever have questions about Mr. Ouija Part 2?
Nah, because I always felt like it was I felt like they were building something with the whole thing. I was surprised when that stuff fell out by Art of War because I thought they were building something with all the Mr. Ouijas and that shit, especially where it started with Easy being the Ouija voice on Creeping, and then after he died and they kept it going. So I just thought they were building something. So it wasn't weird to me.
It didn't feel like the same exact song, just with different sound effects.
Felt upgraded.
Okay, I did see it as an upgrade. Yeah.
It felt like it just felt like the Part 2.
Okay. I'll leave Mr. Ouija alone, even though I want to attack Mr. Ouija and Mikilla for whatever reason. But I don't think there's any bad tracks. But there's a moment. There's something I don't like from Art of War. It's not the whole song. Favorite. Though. I like the verses on Friends, also known as How Many of Us Have Them. But I don't, the friends, how many of us have them? And the reason I don't like it is that before I was a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, in like the late 80s, early 90s, maybe just the 80s, I was a Houdini fan, believe it or not. I mean, there weren't many, it sounds crazy to say now, but there just weren't that many rap groups to choose from. So it's like, all right, you got Houdini. And the funny part about Houdini is Bone has kind of remade a lot of their catalog. It wasn't just Friends, Freaks Come Out at Night. I think Crazy said that a couple of times. One Love. Busy Bone, I think, did One Thug, or on the THUGS album, the lead single was like a mix between Houdini and Slick Rick. But Friends, basically the only thing I don't like is the Friends chorus, just because it's lifted from Houdini, and Houdini performed it much better than it was. Like the only thing Crazy didn't really perform perfect. The How Many of Us Have Them part sounds okay, but the Friends, annoying. Verses are great. The Friends part is annoying. I like it a lot now, but originally I think it was Whom Die They Lie. I think the instrumental for that at the time I didn't like, but I like the song now. So about the only thing I don't like from the three albums that I could do away with, besides Mo Cheese, besides Mr. Ouija Part 2, is just the Friends chorus. And I wish Fleshbone's verse wasn't at the beginning of It's All Mo Thug. I wish it, I don't know how I want that song to start. And it's not that I don't like Flesh's verse. I just wish it was somewhere else in the song. Crazy's verse is great, but the way it comes in, it kind of kills the song. It belongs in the song, just not at the beginning. So outside of Flesh's verse starting off, it's all Mo Thug, and the chorus to Friends, How Many of Us Have Them, I don't really have any other objections to anything on the first three albums. What about you, Cecil?
Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough one. And this one's so tough. And that's why it's like, it almost seems picky when you're picking something from this, because it's like, you got to get picky, because it's like, really, nothing's even like quote unquote bad or even skippable at the end of the day. So it's like, you're like reaching for, okay, well, if I was scoring it, which one would I guess score the lowest, you know? So something like that. This is a really difficult thing to come up with. We disqualified Mo Cheese. We had to disqualify Mo Cheese. Had to disqualify Faces of Death.
Yeah, you got a lot to choose from there.
Yeah, had to disqualify Faces of Death. Interestingly enough, Art of War being my favorite, I knew that if we were going to pick something, it was probably going to be from the Art of War, because you got the most songs to pick from in this situation, right? So it's like there's double the chance of there being something that you don't love as much. And we're right on the money together tonight with this one. It's How Many of Us Have Them is the same thing for me. It's the same exact thing actually that you picked out. I didn't like the way that Crazy does the Friends part, but to be honest, I don't like the fucking Houdini song either. I just don't like the fucking song. I don't love that beat, the Bone version. Like, it's not bad, but I'm not like blown away by it. The verses are cool, you know. Everybody was cool on it, but that was the only one out of 3 albums that I was just like, yeah, yeah. It's
The
just
verses are good though, man.
yeah,
Even
the verses
Wish.
are good. The verses are good. Like, it's not that it's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. It was just the first it was like the first time pick Babe Ruth stepping up and he's just getting home run after home run. And then
Mhm.
just one day he gets on second base. He still
Yeah.
got on second base.
Yeah.
But it was like the first one that I was just like, and who knows too, I mean, it comes at the end of the second disc of the fucking Art of War.
Right.
So
Well, all right. Let me ask you this. Actually, it's not even asking this. I'm pointing this out because I have a feeling, just from knowing the controversy, and maybe we could even cover this here. The split in the community over Evil Paradise. How do you feel about Evil Paradise being on this? I mean, do you care about that song? Does that one get skipped? Because I think some people are going to choose that as their worst, and then it's going to start a flame war with people saying, "What are you talking about? Evil Paradise is like the best song on Art of War." What? It's the worst. So how did you feel about Evil Paradise?
I I don't hate Evil Paradise. I mean, I know some people are like maniacs about it, and I've never understood that either. I think it's good. Like, it's good. Crazy Bone does good on it. The beat is cool. How many of us have them, and then Evil Paradise being together, and Whom Die They Lie? It's that whole run of songs just was
Yeah.
weird. Those 3 songs seem grouped odd together to me.
Mhm. Do they go together though? It's like
They
they
no, they
you
go together for sure. Like, Evil Paradise is cool. I've just never been, I don't want to say I've never cared about it, because that's the wrong wording. I just know some people think that might be the best fucking Bone song, on the disc and shit. I don't know. I
let
just
me
I
ask you
just
this
hear
too.
people really praise it sometimes.
The Let the Law End. I feel like Let the Law End. Let the Law End is solid all the way through, but I feel like that's what begins that section of the album, because the Blaze It interlude happens, and then Let the Law End kicks in. And I group, even though I love Let the Law End and it's flawless, but I group that as the beginning of the Whom Die They Lie, Friends, Evil Paradise quadrilogy, all packed together there, and then they like bring it back with the Mo Thug Family Tree. But also I still have some curiosity to ask you about Evil Paradise. But before I ask you about that, do you feel that way about Let the Law End? Is Let the Law End grouped in with those three, or does it just start with Whom Die They Lie.
No, even let the and let me tell you, even like even all original is grouped in there for different reasons. Like all original is really great. Let the Law End is really great too. So like I feel like we're getting off course because I don't want people to think that I'm saying like these are skippable or bad or any shit. It's what it is there's something about the sounds on Art of War all kind of go together anyway. But all original, Let the Law and Whom Die They Lie, and How Many of Us Have Them, and Evil Paradise. There's something about those. Like those could have been like a fucking EP on their own.
Yeah.
The way that they connect together. So they all kind of to run together. So even like all original.
Even
Uh,
all to me, that's crazy. Like all original, in my mind, all originals. I always talk about it. It's the Mandela effect. I always thought all original was on disc one, right after Everyday Ain't Nothing Changed. Like I always felt like Ain't Nothing Changed, and I thought all original came before and blended into Ain't Nothing Changed, and then Ready for War. Ready for War. No, Clog Up Your Mind. Anyway, I always felt like that one was combined with Ain't Nothing Changed, but it's not. I have like a false memory about that. But let me ask you, but that's cool that you think that way. I kind of see what you're saying, but
we'll see.
I could
I,
never
I will
put.
say this too. Like You Ain't Bone, Get Your Thug On, and all original. Those are very grouped together too. Even though neighborhood slang is like the interlude to You Ain't Bone,
Yeah,
like You Ain't Bone, Get Your Thug On, and all original seem very like cohesive as well.
yeah,
But all original starts to bridge the gap there. But out of everything that we just went over, okay, how many of us have them is the only one that has like a moment of
yeah.
ugh. Like Evil Paradise, like I'm not throwing a fucking party like over the top excited that it's on, but it's cool. Like I'm riding with it. But during that repetitive friends part,
Wait,
I'm
I do have a complaint. I have a complaint, and it's along the same lines, and it's amazingly, it's by Crazy Bone, along the same lines as Friends on Evil Paradise. The ring a ling a ling the alarm,
oh,
ring a
I
ling a
like
ling the alarm,
that.
ring a ling a ling the alarm, and then like it was too much. Like maybe once if he didn't refrain it, if he didn't repeat it, but that to me, that's the only flaw. Well, there's two flaws in Evil Paradise. It's ring the alarm is one, and two is that empty space at the end, which it's like, why did they leave all that space? I didn't want the space cut out though. I just wanted it filled, not by Busy Bone because he should have been on that. But my curiosity to you though, did you ever feel funny about the laser beam shooting sounds on Evil Paradise?
No, no, it felt like Art of War.
Okay, so that was, and like the tempo. Did you think the tempo of the beat was kind of, not just the tempo, but the way that the drum beat sounded? Did it that was art? There's just that's just Art of War to you, right? No problems
Yeah,
there.
Art of War sounds the way the artwork looks.
Okay. What about the in the depth of the arrangement? Okay, so those were just some of the strange things with Evil Paradise I wanted to point out because we'll probably never cover it ever again. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
for me, it's a toss up between Ring a Ling Ling the Alarm and, because Crazy loves saying that it's on more than just that song. And how Friends, like those two I
Uh,
could do away with. Aside from that, solid. Although probably aspects of you, like You Ain't Bone gets old.
no
Like
way. You're getting
it's
crazy now. Go to bed, Jonathan. Go to bed.
there's
Wow.
aspects, but I still love the song. Like one, the song is great, but like it just, I don't know, something there. But it's all
It
good. It's
is
all
the
good.
amazing when neighborhood slang ends and the wind is blowing and it blows into Busy Bone erupting on You Ain't Bone.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
does that not get you charged up every time?
No, it's the verses again. There's no bad verses. There's just bad hooks or
But
chorus
I'm saying
notes.
that transition though, the
I love the
transition.
transition. I love the transition, but I don't like the nursery rhyme. Don't you realize
Oh
that
no, it's so good.
you ain't bone.
So
Yeah.
good. All right.
Oh, does
All
he
right.
say ring the alarm on that song too?
No.
You ain't bone, you ain't bone. You better ring the alarm, because 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 the other part too, let me just add this in because I was saying the Houdini, dude. There used to be a song by the Fushnikins called "Ring the Alarm" to let them know that we're charging, which was off of an older song called "Ring the Alarm." So like by the and KRS One had a "Ring the Alarm" song. So by the time Bone did it, my alarm was so rung that I didn't need it to ring
He does
anymore.
say ring the alarm on You Ain't Bone.
It does. See,
When you said it and I said no, like I immediately in my head when I think he does though, but that can't be right. He can't be ringing the alarm all through Art of War like that.
there's just so much alarm ringing, bro. So much. so so we're gonna ring the alarm. And now it's your turn. Take us out of here, Cecil. Come out, baby. You got to do us right. I was trying to set you up for ringing the alarm.
Oh man. I
Uh,
was just thinking of how much alarm ringing that I've missed
it's a
in all these
colossal
years
amount of.
as a Bone fan.
And on the
There
song, like
I
Fire,
hated this. I was like, man, I think you made me realize there were some more points than I thought there really were.
I think I can't remember correctly, and you're probably the wrong guy to ask. But if the song "Like Fire" is on "Chasing the Devil,"
I'm
everybody
not the
loves
right
"Like
guy to
Fire."
ask. I'm not the guy to ask.
Yeah, I almost want to look this up real quick because I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Like Fire, great.
Ask people to put it in the comments.
Let me see here.
No,
I'm
we
looking it up real quick just to see if I'm right, because this will finally get you to at least listen to a track on. Oh no, you know what he was saying on fucking this one? Burn. I got that fire, fire, baby. I got that fire, fire, baby. That's what's on it.
does he this can't be right. He's got a whole song called Ring the Alarm that's unreleased.
Are you shitting me, dude? Crazy. Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
So I, so I have the alarm. Now it's your turn to ring the alarm in the comments. Drop it below. Are we preposterous for even saying that there's a single flaw on the first three albums, or are you with us because Cecil chose and he called it a different name? He said, "How many of us have them?" John Lippy chose "Friends, Friends. How many of us have them?" And ring the alarm on both. What is it? Evil Paradise and
You Ain't Bone.
You Ain't Bone. Now it's your turn in the comments. Don't forget to leave us a like and make sure you subscribe. And we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, baby.
Beyond the